Hey, hi, hello, beautiful divine collective. If this message is coming across your feed, then it is meant for you. You are clearly someone who is already in tune with the divine, with your ancestors, with your spirit guides, and you are forging a new path. You are healing for yourself and healing for your ancestors, and there is additional guidance here for you. So before we continue forward, let's just go ahead and get some messages that you may have been coming across recently or in the past. Some messages you may have been coming across recently in the past. So just so we can add on of affirmations of what is meant for you. On the back of the deck, we have number 8, the one who hides the sun. Very interesting. We have number 38 coming out here, inside looking out. There's a lot of flow here and a lot of just acknowledgement of the dark. And the dark is really, especially when we know the sun exists, the dark is truly only something just blocking out the sun. It is not the absence of light. So you may frequently have messages from the divine, and you may also have many practices and rituals already in place. Journaling, writing scribes, astral projecting, especially in the dreams, going between realities, having a very higher conscious perspective, not only of yourself in this realm, but yourself in all realms, which is very interesting. You may frequently have epiphanies on how you conduct yourself in the world and frequently go through shifts more than others. I just want to acknowledge just the specialty that is you. I mean, truly, you are a leader and very emotionally in tune, emotionally intelligent, more emotionally intelligent than those that may be around you. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit for the work that you cast and the actions that you do. We're definitely being called to our palm chakras here. That is what you are creating, what you are putting your intention towards. So this is very interesting with these last 3. Stay back, number 29. We have protect your heart with number 47 and heart eater with number 13. And we have 2 imagery of the snakes here, as well as number 13, which is the number of transformation. So I'm really getting a lot of just cycles, and upcycling may just be a part of your like everyday routine. I mean, every single year you may find yourself adopting new habits and better habits, or just up-leveling your mindset in other ways and challenging yourself in new ways all the time. And these 3 especially are giving me sensation. It's giving me tap into your heart. Tap into your intuitive feeling of how do you feel when you do these actions? How do you feel when you do this work? How do you feel when you're around these people? Do they make you a better person? Do they add to the characteristics that you're intentionally working towards right now? Are you acknowledging? And sometimes it is hard. And I'm not saying to compare ourselves, but I am saying, do you acknowledge and give gratitude towards the emotional healing and emotional work that you have done, especially recently? Let's just give gratitude towards that, especially with the heart eater. And the card that was on the back of the deck, the one who hides the sun, this is very self-induced. These tend to be very self-induced energies. So if you feel like you're being attacked or you are being told you are not worthy, try to tell yourself that you are worthy. Try to give gratitude for all that you bring into this world. Whether that's in friendships or love or money. If you're saying, I'm not making enough money, I want you to give gratitude to yourself of why you deserve to make this additional money. And hold that space open in your life for that money to come in. Let's not focus on If we want to live like a millionaire, let's not focus on spending our money like a millionaire and like getting into credit card debt. Let's instead just mindfully meditate on the emotional feeling of having an abundance, having all of our bills paid for, having that financial security for generations, and that knowledge, that like knowing, and this sensation of, and I get to splurge on certain things like a vacation, but we can just hold that feeling. Another example can be in friendships. If you feel like you would like more friendships and more or deeper social interactions, not only give gratitude to the friends or the ways that your friends can show up. You know, not everyone can show up as like totally what we need out of like all of our friendships, but giving gratitude to the friendships that are already there and how they show up and how we like how they show up. Giving gratitude to how we show up in our friendships and the intention that we show in our friendships, and how great it would be to be your own friend, and then be your own friend. Sometimes if you need, especially a compassionate heart to talk to, taking the time to sit with yourself as if you were talking to a friend and hearing that story as if a friend was telling you that, and hearing the advice that you would truly give a friend, and then honestly taking that advice to heart. Our gratitude can be our key. Our gratitude can be our key. Our gratitude can be our key, especially with our mindset and our attitude and our intentions and how we carry ourselves throughout the day. It'll help you carry yourself more gracefully. So if someone comes across you in a bad way, it doesn't bother you as much. So if we have good or bad news as a result, it keeps us very grounded and it keeps our priorities in line. That's why we focus on gratitude for the mindset, and we also focus on intentional actions with our behaviors. And how do we show up in our actions every day that align us with what we are trying to create out of our lives? I'm really not going for like a goal here, because I feel like with goal mindsets, I'm really being called that it's like, then like you're never satisfied. I'm talking about we are all able to create a fulfilling life for ourselves. Sometimes we know what that looks like, and other times we have to experience things before we know what that looks like. So each person, your path is your own. That is between you and whatever God you choose, or you and the universe, or just you and yourself, whatever you desire. So it is this path to creating that dream life. Whether you have a vision and you're trying to manifest it, or you don't know what you want and you're just putting yourself out there to have experiences so that you know what you want, so that you can create that life. And this is the life where you are emotionally fulfilled, you are financially fulfilled, if you are romantically fulfilled, you are fulfilled in your relationships with your family members, with your friends, with your community and your neighbors, with your work, and with the environment that you create in your home. And we are able to get there, sustain that home, and then build upon it. And have, maybe even just like one chapter of our life be in that home, but at least we can have a foundation there and build upon it. And sometimes we can stay there for many chapters of our lives, like a whole book or a whole trilogy, etc., etc. You get it. There's still dynamics that can happen within this environment, but it gives us a foundation of security, of safety, of nourishment, of nurture, of compassion, of calmness, of peace. And the beautiful part is is that I do think you have been working on this, and you do see where parts of your reality line up with this, and you do see what I think you do see the work that needs to be done in order to just elevate it to the next level that you would like it to be at. So like there is something here about like I would just like it to reach that next level of sustainability. So I would just like to go through the imageries here just as affirmations and signs that may come up to you. We definitely have stars, whether that be stars in the sky or celebrities. We have the caterpillar and the butterfly, and we also have galleries, or just like seeing especially like pictures and paintings on the wall, a little bit over like sculptures and things like that, but like pictures and paintings on the wall of galleries and very like long open hallways. We have snakes, and we also have the palm chakras. So this is going to be just like right on your palm, and just going to be the energy that is channeled out through your hands when you create things like with your hands, or when you work with your hands, whether that's writing or whether that's like typing on the computer, like coding or typing out an essay, things like that. Whether it's building a birdhouse, or I guess pad cake, I don't know. We have the heart in particular feeling vulnerable and seeking security, which is very interesting. This may be a moment to meditate with your heart chakra and really honestly open up your heart chakra so that if you do have that vulnerable part that needs to come up, you can come up in that vulnerability will come up and you can heal it, and then also give it the nourishment that it needs in order to feel safe, and be very compassionate with your own heart. There's an idea here of not necessarily eyes being on you, but a lot of noise being around you, and having to hold your own space and create your own space because there's noise around you. So in order for the noise not to affect you, you really have to hold your own space and hold your own light. So we have the light of the star. We also have the light of the candle. We also have the fire here with casting your sacred symbols. So especially if you do runes, or if you are meditating or you are journaling, possibly adding runes or sigils, or just any kind of sacred symbols, any kind of religious symbols intentionally to your meditation work, to your journaling, may be significant for you, and especially within between the world and the gallery. If you are looking for answers or solutions to things in your life, definitely asking for solutions to come into your life on these things as you fall asleep, being open to that, or just like saying a prayer and just saying, I am open to help from the divine, from guidance to the divine, of how of this thing unfolding for me, or being guided of what actions I should be like intuitively feel the actions I should take in order to manifest this into my life. And then if you get inspired action, just like sometimes like, you know, that happens, you ask for an answer and then the next day you get inspired action and you are able to move on with that manifestation, with that goal. And it's actually very beautiful how that inspired action just very simply brings in our solutions for us. Okay, in particular, I really just want to see, we already have our neutral energy out. I was thinking I really just want to see energy to continue to lean into to manifest all that you desire. I really see that you are connected with the divine. So let's just see any hints, if you would like to watch, for any hints of how to manifest, energy to lean into to manifest your desires at this time. Energy to lean into to manifest your desires at this time. Energy to lean into to manifest your desires at this time. Energy to lean into to manifest your desires at this time. Okay, we have neutral energy on the back of the deck. So this is very straightforward. With our 9 of Swords, we are going... Okay, we also have the Hanged Man and our Strength card. And falling out right in front of me is the 4 of Wands. Now, this is very particular, very straightforward. This is going to be particularly straightforward in your actions. Now, we are going to practice gratitude with the Hanged Man, and we are going to repeat affirmations to ourselves that there is a solution in front of us. We do not have to worry about the how. It will instinctually, intuitively come to us, and we are opened with our mind and to take on these solutions, and we do not let our ego get in our way, or we do not let our limiting beliefs get in our way, so that we may be grounded, be humble, and see the way forward for our desired, manifestation, for our desired solution. So this is asking, especially while you're falling asleep at night, when you're getting into that state and your brain is naturally getting into those theta and delta waves, asking for guidance from your angels, from the universe, from whatever gods or deities or energies that you want to work with, is asking for that prayer, that openness, and just be open that a solution is here and it's in front of you. And that you can find your way to it. You can feel your way to it. And that you have the courage to do so. Particularly your solar plexus chakra is being called in. The courage and confidence on action. Putting not caring about if I look silly or if other people will judge me. I'm just going to do it anyway. One of the best ways to build up this confidence as well, and that's the message of this 4 of Wands, is to celebrate yourself. Is to be your own cheerleader. Is to build yourself up. Is to give yourself a pep talk in the mirror every single morning. And just repeat all that you are grateful for in how, and what you have worked on, whether that's getting I don't know why dissertation is coming up in particular, but if you got your dissertation and you're a doctor, if you got a college degree, if you got your high school degree, if you got your GED, hats off to you, celebrating things like that, celebrating how maybe you went to therapy and you grew in emotional intelligence, celebrating that, hats off to you. That's a lot of work. If you any of those accomplishments that you are genuinely proud of, just genuinely repeating that, those identities that you especially want to nourish and that align with your best and highest self. Whether it's being a good friend, being a good neighbor, setting a good example of leadership, setting a good example of creativity and artistry, setting a good example of strength, setting a good example of being grounded and being humble, setting a good example of quickly being able to adapt. Again, anything, but it's that's going to build up your confidence to act at least. And it's going to build up your confidence so that no matter what you face on this path, nothing can deter you. You always have a straight and narrow vision and feeling of what should be in your life. And just continuing the persistence towards working towards that and towards manifesting that and choosing to believe that that is a reality and that it is yours and that it is coming to you. Period. And that even if anything looks like it's missing right now, it's really not. And just continuing to grow your gratitude in every aspect of your life. Continue that gratitude. Continue cheering yourself on. You need to be your own cheerleader. You need to celebrate yourself more. Tap into that sacral chakra. Excuse me. I did not mean to say sacral. Tap into that solar plexus chakra. The yellow. Tap into that solar plexus chakra. Perhaps a sacral as well for some of you, but okay. And ask your angels for help. They're here. to help you. That is the energy to continue to tap into, to manifest absolutely all of your desires. Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful divine collective, because this was such a lovely reading. If you like readings like this, or you would like a more personal reading, you can find them at lameliaison.com, where I offer personal services such as personal readings, group readings, and also online readings. We can go over any topic you like, including medium readings, if you would like to connect to someone who has passed on. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. It was truly an honor to do this reading for you. I'm truly blessed to be here, and I appreciate the likes, the subscribes, the comments so much. You're also beautiful, and I really appreciate the support. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.